Hello. My name is Annie, and today I'm doing a massive cash stuffing for the month of February. I have $12,710 today. So this is an abnormal stuffing, but because I've recently taken out a lot of funds from my offset account to fund the business, the new business, I've taken a dividend from it. So I've taken a distribution. This is an abnormal stuffing for me. So let's count it all up. So I have 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 500, 11,000, 250, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, $12,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 650, 70, 90, 700, 12,705 and 10, $12,710. So let me get this sorted on a tray. So if you're new here, what I do is I use play money instead of real cash in Australian currency because I have an offset account. An offset account is a home loan mortgage product here in Australia where for every dollar you keep in your offset bank account, you reduce the amount of interest that you owe on your home loan. So, for example, if you keep $20,000 in your offset account, then the bank will pretend that your home loan has reduced by an extra $20,000 and only charge you the interest on your home loan, your mortgage, minus the amount in your offset account. So, another benefit of this is that it is tax-free money kept in your bank account. So in Australia, we tax your interest that you earn in your bank account, in your regular savings account. But for every dollar you keep in an offset account, there's zero taxation on that. So it's a great nifty product for mortgage holders. So this is, like I said, an abnormal amount of money for me. I actually stuff using my self-employed income from the month before. So this is income earned for January. And my business usually does shut down in December, January. So I actually usually have a very, very limited income. So just people paying arrears, late payments. But yeah, I've decided to take $10,000 out again and just put it back into the buffer. So I go to taxes. Now, taxes is getting a whopper of $2,000 today. So in taxes, I have $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 in taxes. And because I am self-employed, I pay my taxes every 3 months. But until then, it all stays in the offset, reducing my mortgage interest. Superannuation. This is salary sacrificing. I've talked about this a lot on my channel, but I'm all about reducing your taxes. And in my opinion, the best and easiest way to do so is to put it into your retirement. Superannuation is only taxed at 15%, so it's a great way for me to reduce my taxable income. Of course, the downside of it is that you can't access your super until you're in your 60s, and I'm only in my 30s. So I hope to be really, really rich when I retire. Superannuation is where actually I borrowed some money from to fund the business at the end of 2024. So it is getting a whopper. It is getting $5,250 today. So big one, $5,250. So in super, I now have $5,500, $750, $6,000. So I will keep this again in the offset account to reduce the interest on the home loan, which is high. And before the end of financial year, which is for us the end of June, I will put this into my super account. Bills and utilities gets its regular $500. So it has 1,000, 500, 6, 7, 800, 20, 40. $1,840. Now, my bills do come out, some of them monthly and a lot of them quarterly. I do expect some pretty big ones to be coming out soon. So my water bill, my Sydney water bill, that's usually in the $200 region. I have my offset fee, which is a yearly fee for my bank. That's coming out soon, next month. I also pay my insurance yearly. That's coming out soon. So I like to bucket it all together. I also have some yearly subscriptions due in February. So 1,840. Plus, I've just looked up how much a license renewal costs. And now in New South Wales, it's $410. So I think this is going to need a top up. Council rates, this is due at the end of this month. It is getting $100. So all in all, I have $100, $200, $300, $400 in council rates. Yeah, I think when it rains, it pours, right? So all of my money will be coming out in one go. Speaking of, the big one is my strata levy. Strata levy is a quarterly bill. I have in a little apartment here in Sydney. And it costs money, so it's getting $325. Strata levies pay for things like the building's insurance, it pays for the building's electricity, we have full-time building management, cleaning 7 days a week, we have facilities like a pool. You know, these things need to be funded, right? Gardening every week. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice place to live, but it's expensive, right? So I have 500, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 120, 40, 50, 55, $1,155, which is the entirety of my levy. And it will be due, I think, on the last day of this month. So that's a quarterly bill. Medical will be getting $100. I also borrowed out of this at the end of 2024, so slowly getting topped up again. 100, 250, 70, 75, 275. Business is also getting $100. 100, 250, 75, also 275. I have just done my own bookkeeping, so I'm doing a lot of my own bookkeeping in my businesses to reduce costs, but I'm not great with all of my deductions, so I still pay for an accountant at the end of financial year. So the cost of accountants for all of the businesses are actually quite high, and I don't use the same accountant for each one of them. You got to keep them honest, right? You just don't want to cross over all of the businesses. But how I fund my self-employed life and lifestyle is that I have one primary business that I run completely by myself, and I have some family businesses. So usually I fund my own mortgage and bills and everything using my primary business. And because my siblings and I financially support our parents, we ask them to retire early, we use another one of the businesses to do so. So, yeah, I like to keep busy. Savings took a shellacking. Again, I borrowed heavily from this to make an investment in our business overseas. It's going well. Kind of, yeah. I mean, we're expanding quite rapidly. So, anyone who has a business knows that the first couple of years are really where you slog. It's where you put all of your investment in and it costs a lot of money. But once you kind of get it off the ground, like my primary business, it's actually smooth sailing, after the first couple of years. So savings is getting a big top up of $3,000. So I have $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in savings. Now, because I am a single income, self-employed, and I have a Sydney-sized mortgage, I always try to be more conservative with my money. I need a really, really big buffer because I don't have anyone else to fall back on. My mortgage is very, very high at the moment, as is everyone else's, I did buy pre-COVID, so interest rates were in the 2%, so now they're in the 6%. My mortgage repayment is more than like $45,000 a year, and that's just on my minimum outgoings every month, right? So I need to make sure that I have a really, really big buffer for if something goes wrong. So $4,000 in savings. I have no physical cash this month, and emergency has $15,000. Again, because of my financial conservatism, I keep 3 months of expenses, bare minimum expenses, in an emergency fund, and this does not get touched unless the sky is falling. This doesn't get touched unless I have zero income, right? So the first bill out the door every month is my mortgage, which is direct debited. It happens before I wake up because banks are banks. And then bills, and then food. So I have a goal to bring this up to 6 months, which would be $30,000. But I've got to get this back up all over again. So 3 months of sustenance locked away, and you don't touch this, or hopefully ever, okay? So Groceries is getting a reduced amount. It's getting $550 this month. Usually for groceries and eating out, so that's restaurants and my usual Friday takeaway, I give this $600 a month, plus I buy my coffee out of this. But because February is a slightly shorter month, and because my sister-in-law has kindly gifted me a Woolworths gift card of $50 gift card at Woolies, I will have to trek to Woolies and do some shopping there. So it's really got $600 in total. I've just done a major fridge and freezer restock, so I should be good to go. All right. So $600 in total for groceries and eating out. Splurge is getting its regular $200. Now, this one has seen a massive reduction throughout the years. I used to give myself $100 a week, so roughly $400 a month for Splurge. Now, Splurge covers things like fine dining, concert tickets, sports tickets, clothes, shoes, makeup, pretty much anything that is discretionary spending. It's anything that is a want and not a need comes out of Splurge. Now, throughout the years, I've become far more diligent in reining in my expenses. And, I'm getting used to a more frugal lifestyle of spending far less and just enjoying my mortgage, as I like to say, staying home and enjoying the very expensive piece of Sydney real estate that I own. So, yeah, it has $500, $600, $700 in Splurge. Now, realistically, I do think twice now before I spend anything. I used to have a much more freer lifestyle. Yeah, like, oh yeah, dinner out, boom, easy. Now I really think about budgeting dinners out and fancy events. I also don't buy as much fancy makeup or nice clothes. To be fair, at home I'm just slapping it in some leggings and a t-shirt. Who's gonna judge me? I'm the boss. No, but I do have to dress up sometimes nicely for Zoom meetings. Home and miscellaneous. I do have some things I need to repair around my little apartment. Some home furnishings that are starting to fray. But again, a want, not a need. Home and miscellaneous is getting $100. I have 150, 70, 90, 95. What comes out of here are my toiletries, like toilet paper, shampoo, conditioner, soap, toothpaste. I also buy things like dishwashing liquid, and that comes out of here rather than my regular grocery shop. The reason for this is because I nearly exclusively shop online now. I basically only leave the house to go shopping for fresh fruit, vegetables, groceries, right? I have an Amazon Prime yearly subscription for $79 a year. I put the whole family on it, and I get things delivered. So if you're wondering, my groceries do not cover toiletries and home things that comes out of this envelope. Family is getting $100. So all in all, $200. And yeah, same thing, just to save mum and dad from a trip out to things like Bunnings and Big W, because they also like to buy in bulk. I get things delivered on subscription for them now. So yeah, everything from their laundry powder and toilet paper also gets delivered. So I count that separately. Gifts and hosting. I've got 2 events this week. One is a formal meeting. So I might put on some snacks and food because that's going to be at like 7 p.m. So prime eating time. And I'm hosting girls' night this weekend. So it's getting $100. I still have some prosciutto left in my fridge from Costco. So that's all vacuum sealed and stuff like that. But some cheese and some wine. So $120 and $30 in gifts and hosting. Overspending got rated for Costco last month, so it's getting $100. I probably should call this Costco because realistically, I only overspend when I go to Costco. I don't have a Costco membership, but one of my friends does, and every now and then he offers to take me with him, and I bulk up. I bought eggs. I bought a lot of eggs, but I did share with mum and dad and my siblings as well. I bought 60 eggs, and sharing it between 3 households, you get 20 each. Costco does have eggs. I know that I have complained excessively about eggs in my cooking videos, but I have not seen them at Aldi, Coles or Woolies, where I live for months and months and months. And I'm not buying the $14 eggs. Excuse me, my income bracket does not afford me $14 eggs, yeah? I don't care how organic they are. Eggs are organic in the first place. They literally come out of a chicken. Never the Bride. This is one of my friend's weddings that's happening at close to the end of this year, and I really need to bulk up, so it's getting $100. So I have $100, $200, $300, $400. The saving grace is that this is happening in Sydney. Yes, it's the first wedding of my friends that is happening in town and not out of town. So I don't think there'll be an accommodation issue. I don't live epically far from the CBD, By car, it's 20 minutes if there's no traffic. By public transport, it's 30 minutes door to door. So where I live, it's a very, very convenient spot. $400 for Never the Bride. Now, this is part of me condensing the number of envelopes I have. I also have a savings challenge binder, but I've decided while I boost up my income and boost up the savings and the emergency fund, I will be keeping the savings challenges to a bare minimum. I just have bigger priorities at the moment. And while I do love to see, and I would love to do more savings challenges, I have to live vicariously through everyone else. Birthday, not a huge priority for me, but it's not for a little while away. So I'm going to be giving my birthday $10. So I have $50, $70, $80 in birthday. Again, not a huge priority for me. Usually my friends take me out for my birthday. We go to dinner. We're at the age where, we've just kind of stopped giving gifts at Christmas and birthdays. We just randomly buy things for each other now. If we see something, I see something my friends would like, or they'll get use out of, I buy it for them, and we tend to spend more time together now. I think everyone knows that as you get older, everyone's got couples and families, 2 families now. Some of my friends have children, so it's really hard to get people together. So, social events need to be booked in months in advance. So, $80 for birthday, I might treat my sibling, whom I share a birthday with, to a meal out. Mother's Day falls actually around the same time as our birthdays, so we tend to combine Mother's Day dinner with birthday. So I'm going to get this started because Mother's Day is in May. This is a hint and a reminder for everyone else to start. Now, these savings challenges are available on my Etsy store as a download or as a physical product, which I can print, laminate, and send out. So $50 to get this started. $50. My mum's not really into receiving things. She's not big on jewelry. She's not big on clothes or anything, but she does love a sushi. So traditionally we do get sushi. Yeah? My family really, really loves sushi and sashimi and salmon and fish. We're big fish eaters and seafood eaters. So probably it'll be a combined dinner at home. And Planning for Reality sent me a scratch off, a monthly Make This Year Your Year scratch off. So I scratched $5 for January and $20 for February. This is a monthly savings challenge, and if you're a regular here, you know that I only stuff monthly. I budget monthly because most of my bills do come out monthly, including my mortgage. And that's how I reset my budget, right? So this is wonderful for me. So this is $25 going in, and I will keep going with this, keeping this in my buffer account. Before I go, I have a reminder that my bank, ING, whom I mortgaged with, currently has given me a referral code for any new customers who want to sign up a regular bank account. You don't need a mortgage account or an offset account with them. The regular savings account with them. If you open up a new bank account with ING and you deposit $1,000 into the account and you make 5 purchases using your new bank card before March 31st, then they will give you a free $125 into your account, and also because of the referral, give me $125. So this is for anyone who may be interested in just picking up a spare bit of money by opening a new bank account. I will put the details for that, the link to sign up for this bank, in my description box below. But this has been my January cash stuffing, a massive one-off return of money. But my priorities this year in 2025 are to further reduce my spending, rein in the spending a little bit more, hope for some interest rate cuts, but realistically, one rate cut is only going to put, $75 back into my monthly account. I mean, I'm grateful for $75, but, when the mortgage has gone up by an extra $15,000 a year, $75 versus that kind of doesn't do anything for you, right? Doesn't do much in the grand scheme of things. But I think I'm just going to have to slog it out for another year or two on the mortgage, suck up the pain, hold on, and increase the savings so that for, again, every dollar I keep in my bank account, I can reduce the home loan interest. Anyway, I hope you've all been well, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.